Welcome. Hi, Tzipi.
Hi,
Welcome to another
Tzili.
tzuzamen. Igal Ezraty,
Hi.
the general manager of the Jaffa and the artistic director of Jaffa Theater.
No, the
Hi,
Arab
Igal.
Jewish
No,
theater in Jaffa.
it's the Jaffa Theaters.
Jaffa Arab Jewish Theater.
מה
Yes.
שאני, yeah, sure.
So, Igal, tell us a little bit about this theater.
The theater exists for 25 years. We
Wow.
are located in a beautiful building in Old Jaffa, building that used to be the administration hall during the time of the Ottoman Empire, building for more than 300 years. So it's a building with a lot of memories and
Yeah.
yes, and it's part of Jaffa. And we call ourselves basically Arab Hebrew theater, which means that we are, in Hebrew, it sounds very nice, Aravi Ivri, which is almost the same word with different spelling. But we call it Arab Hebrew because we are dealing with languages and not with religious. Because if you say Arab Jewish, maybe if there is Jewish, there is Christian or Muslims. We are theater people. We didn't want this kind of headache to deal with the question of whether Judaism is religious or nationality. So we are dealing with the two languages. That they were two formal languages till 5 years ago. You know what happened 5 years ago? The law of
נכון,
nationality.
כן.
When the Israeli
חוק הלאום.
parliament decided, חוק הלאום, when Israeli parliament decided that Israel is a
Right.
Jewish and democratic state, in that the same moment, Arabic stopped to be a formal
Right.
language.
Yeah.
Right.
And for the Jews, it sounds something very, not meaningful. But I know for the Arab people in the
The
theater, they
Arab,
typically very hard. Because I said, even before we felt that we are discriminated. But now it's by law that we are second best citizens.
But it's also included Druze and the Bedouin who serve in the army
yes.
and they are
Yes.
killed now in the army.
But Igal,
Really
important.
very stupid law.
But
So
we
anyway,
need to, hold on,
we are
hold on, hold on.
saying,
Just a second. I just want to say that we're talking about that Israel has Israeli Arabs and there are Palestinians.
They
and
call themselves Palestinians.
part of them see themselves as Palestinians, but it's
today all of them call themselves Palestinians.
but it's
All
not
the,
about it. It's not about the territories. It's about all of them that live in Israel. They're part of us.
they said they are Palestinians with the Israeli passport.
Right.
That's how they define themselves, most of them. Anyway, we are saying the two languages are equal, and we are working in these two languages. So we have some shows in Hebrew, some shows in Arabic, most of the shows we have the two languages on stage. Sometimes one language they speak, one language is with subtitles.
But
And
who is the audience? The audience is mainly Israeli Jewish or Israeli Arab?
Well, in Jaffa, you have less than 20,000 Arabs. And in all area of Tel Aviv, you have 400,000 Jews. So it's about 80% Jews and 20% Arabs. The Arabs, they prefer to come to shows only in Arabic, although they speak Hebrew better than us. But for them, it's important to see a show in Arabic.
Yeah.
But we work on the audience to bring children and schools and kindergarten children to see the shows, because it's important for us on level of directors. Next to me, there is Rauda Sliman, which is Arab artistic director, and also Gabriel Dor is artistic director.
Gabriel Dor used to be a dancer and a journalistic about that, an actress.
She was everything but
she was
dancer.
Everything
she
amazing.
was everything but dancer. She was a choreographer, writer, director.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, so on the level of actors, we tried that in every show it will be a mixed cast. So Jews and Arabs are going to meet on stage. And of course, the third level, which is the more difficult one, is the level of the audience, that we try that every show people will meet. Because the Arabs in Jaffa, they don't go to Gesher Theater, although it's 500 meters from us, and they don't go to Habima. And it's not a matter of money, because they can go to restaurant and spend 200 shekels for a meal.
But you have Arab actors in the National Theater, the Habima, in the Camry.
You have one, no. We have one at the Habima, and you heard that 30 years ago in Haifa Theater, Yosef Abu Warda and Makam Khoury. So it's only few.
No, but there
Only
was a
few.
group that was working with us in the Comedy Theater, but their home was Haifa Theater. Yeah.
Yeah, but check today the list of the comedy theater. There's no even one Arab
Oh.
actor.
But it's a different story when you have an Arab actor acting in a play that the theater is doing, or that they do their own material in their own language in their own theater.
No, they can
It's a
play
You
Hamlet. What's the point? They
you know
can
what is our best performance of the year? The what we call the shampoo queen or the queen of bathtub by Hanoch Levin, by
right.
Katan Batya. And
Yeah.
we do it in Hebrew with 4 Arab actors. And it's amazing. They
Sure.
have a wonderful language, and the show became much better with Arab actors who speaks Hebrew. They don't want only to play in movies. They get only to play the roles of
Right.
suicide bombers or
Right.
bombers or terrorists.
Casting.
But Igal,
It's a,
I want to ask you about the two
Can you play
plays.
Can you give you less headspace? Yeah, sorry.
okay.
I want to talk to you about the two plays that you were showing now in the theater. And please tell us about it. The two plays that talking about the sympathy towards the Palestinians in Gaza.
Yeah. Maya Radyasur, she's a playwright, and she wrote 10 days after the start, after October 7th, she wrote a play called How to Remain Humanist After Mascara in 17 Steps. It's very powerful, and the main line is also in the other side, there are women, there are mothers, and she repeats itself all the time. And it was very strong piece, got a lot of response from both sides, because it really deals with the fact that we lost empathy. That even she thinks she wrote it 10 days after the war to feel that also on the other side there are mothers, and it's also a mantra that you repeats it all the time.
They don't
And
care
it's
until
very,
now.
But how is the audience reacting to this play?
well, first of all, of course, the ones that are coming to the Arab Jewish theater are people that are willing to
Well,
hear.
that's
And the,
obvious.
and the thing is that the show called How to Remain Humanist means that you were humanist before. It's not for people
It's
that
not
they
true.
weren't humanist before. Yeah. So the people that are coming are really, they love it. They feel it. They feel empathy towards she's telling what they feel.
I think
So we,
it's almost the only place in Israel that you can express empathy towards what's going on to the other side, because the Israelis really got blunt,
They don't care.
they are so overwhelmed from October 7th that they cannot even think about the other side, and it's very hard.
I believe there is a little change. People, it took them a year to start to digest the
Igal, we
horror, and
don't see you.
We don't see you. You have
You
we
have to
only see
yes,
you
okay, so
above your
yes,
nose.
we
Okay.
need your
okay.
beard.
So I feel and I believe, maybe I want to believe that there is a beginning of change, that after you deal with your suffering, then maybe you can open your eyes and see the other side. I heard that 2 days ago there was a broadcasted television with Raviv Drucker about
Yeah.
Gaza for the first time, that they show
Yeah.
really what happens there.
Which
And
we
what
see now. We see it here all the time.
Yes, and what what's his name said, the former former of the for the army, was Minister of Defense.
Eisenkot or no. Yeah.
לא אריה,
לא, לא.
משה,
לא
בוגי
גלנט, יעלון. בוגי יעלון.
יעלון.
Boogie Alon said that we are doing sort of genocide in North
Right.
Gaza. So people are starting to say it, and we hope, and we in our theater people are saying it in the shows, and we try that after every show we make discussion with the audience. So people are expressing it, that they want to come here to have an opportunity to express themselves and what they feel.
Did you have demonstrations outside of the theater?
No.
Nothing?
We have Shy Glig that all the time, because a few weeks ago we wanted to screen the movie Lord.
Yeah.
And then the Minister of Culture phoned the Minister of Police, and he said to us, "You are not allowed to screen this film, and otherwise we'll close your theater." but not demonstration from people.
And they allow you to show this allow. Do they let
Yeah,
you
it's
show
allowed.
this
No,
show?
not yet. Not
yet.
yet. They are not allowed to show two movies. The one by Muhammad Bakri made a new
Right.
movie,
Yeah.
Janine,
Yeah.
and this movie about Lod, and not. But maybe they are going. They are they went to court in order to get permission. So we
Right.
hope it will happen.
Do you also show other like plays by Shakespeare or I don't know,
Yes,
UNESCO or
we did Romeo and Juliet,
ah,
and the family of Romeo are Arabs, and the family of Juliet are Jews. So each family is speaking in their own language with
oh, wow.
subtitles. Of course, when Romeo and Juliet are meeting, they have to speak Hebrew because Juliet doesn't speak Arabic. And
Right.
we performed 6 months ago in Shakespeare Festival in Germany with this performance. And we did another show. We built a group of 8 young writers, 4 Arabs and 4 Jews. That each one, we made sort of a workshop for a few months from the beginning of the war, and each one wrote his scene, his point of view about the war. Most of them dealt with mixed couples, that one is Jewish and one is Arab, and it became a very interesting collage. It's called When the Earth Rumbles.
Hey,
And we
name,
did,
wow.
yeah. And it's Alad Daka that the playwright Alad Daka, you talked about
Right.
him before.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
wrote 2 of the scenes, and he did in our theater. He's doing now Mengal Passport. It's a show, beautiful show that he
It's a
won the.
beautiful show. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about what is to be Palestinian in Israel, that he wants to live, and they say to him, you'll get another passport if you kick your mother in the ass.
You know,
So
I made a film, My Dearest Enemy, Friendship Between Jewish and Arab, and the cast was half and half. And I wonder if I would shoot this film now, if there will be tension on the set.
yeah.
Because between the actresses mainly, there were kind of not tension because they really liked each other, but a lot of arguments about the script. Certain scenes, each one wanted to push, more to the extreme. But in general, the atmosphere, it was very nice set. And I wonder today, I'm not sure
Yeah.
it will not spill in.
I got last week a call from Cleveland, and they asked me to send them the script. So we translated it to English, and I sent it to them. Maybe we'll come to America with it because it's very powerful. It's 7 scenes, each one with different point of view about what is to live in Israel after October 7th.
Right.
And
One gay couple, very interesting gay couple that the Arabs, the Jew can't have sex with the Arab anymore because he reminds him of the child that he killed in Khan Yunis.
Right.
And he said, the Arabs say to him, "I'm not that child. I allow you to speak Arabic. I don't speak Arabic in my house. I do lots of compromise because of you, but you are not making love to me because I
Speaking
remind
Arabic,
you of."
about speaking Arabic, do you think if the Israelis will know how to speak Arabic, things will be different?
Yes, yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Because Israel wanted to be
say,
a villa in the jungle and Vienna in the jungle,
right.
but we are part of the Middle East. We see in our show, we have shows about Kulthum with Galit Giat and
right.
about Farid El Atrash, and we see all the ones that are coming. Most of them are what we call Easter Jews, and that's the language. That's their childhood.
But we have to say that one of the problems in Israel that there's no equal basics, for both sides, because the Arabs going to schools that basically are Israeli schools, even if they're Arab schools, they all study Hebrew, and we don't all study.
No.
Yeah, it's even on stage during rehearsals. We speak Hebrew, so we meet on one field.
Very, very
and language is not such that language is expressed culture. It's a lot of things. It's not just a way of talking.
Yeah. Do you try to reach Moroccan Jews, Iraqi Jews, Jews who came And actually, the parent speaks Arabic.
But
Yes. And they say this is
They
our
come.
this is
They
our
come.
this is sure they for especially for Kultum and Farid El Atrash, it's most of the audience are Jews, and they're bringing their children and their grandchildren, and they say to us, you returned us our childhood, because when we came to Israel in the 50s, Kulthum used to have a performance once a month, and all the Arab world used to listen to her on the radio. So when they wanted to listen to it, the children said to them, no, we have to speak Hebrew, don't listen to it. So
Yeah.
now they got legitimation
They got.
to listen
Right.
to this music.
Tell me,
And it's amazing.
you should really be in touch with the public theater here in New York, because they do
Yes.
quite a bit of political theater.
Okay.
You know
We'll
that
make the connection.
it's
Make us the connection.
well, I can
We
get
wait,
right.
yeah.
never mind.
We
I-
performed in New York we had a show about Mahmoud Darwish, which is the famous Palestinian national writer, poet. And we performed there was a festival called Between the Seas in 3rd Street. So we performed 10 years ago. It's an amazing show because it's Mira Awad, she's Christian, Anat Khadid, she's Druze, Dored Lidawi is Muslim, and Einat Weizmann is Jewish. So the 4 cultures on stage, and Norman Issa directed it. It's a
Right.
beautiful piece.
Do you think political theater can change attitudes?
Well, we are not so naive to think that people will come to a show and change their views, but people say to me, we didn't know that Arabic is such a beautiful language, because before we thought that it's a language of the enemy. Every time we heard Arabic, we were frightened. But now we see it's just a musical language. It's such similar to Hebrew. So they listen, they can see that Arabic is not just the language of the Hamas, but it's a beautiful language that express or represent a beautiful culture. People see that Jews and Arabs can work together. They see on stage Jews and Arabs are working together on stage, at the audience. So we get lots of response by that. People are coming here to get encouragement. They said when you see it, we see it's.
But on the other hand, you have all these reactions that the Arabs, the Arab creators, don't want to get interviewed. You have the Israelis who don't want to use Arab cab drivers. There is a lot more and more Israelis that really push away the Arabs, and the Arabs are a little bit lost in this in this situation. What do you think? Because the thing is, like you say, whoever comes to this theater anyway, we're thinking differently. What do you think need to be done to calm everybody down and to allow to accept the other side?
The way you present the Israeli reality, you are right, but we feel that we are opposition. We are bringing another model of the Jews and Arabs can work and not fight and not meet through guns, but by talking and by dialogue. But many people that are coming to our theater, as we said before, they want to come to Kulthum and Farid El Atrash, maybe they are right-wing people, because many of the Eastern Jews are right-wing, but they come because it's culture and they come to their culture. So, we went a few years ago to meet Abu Mazen, and he said Zivi Cheskel, the one who is doing Farid El Atrash, is the bridge to peace, because he's a religious Jew that says, I'm a Jewish Arab and I sing Arab music.
Right.
So we are a minority, but we hope that many people are coming here, and we represent something that we hope will influence the society. Of course, I live outside and I meet this taxi driver, and one of our actresses, Muna Hawa from the Queen of Bethab, in the beginning of the war, she sent a WhatsApp to a friend after 2 days of the war that she doesn't know what really happened there, whether they were rapes or not. You don't know what happens to her. She got such a nasty calls. And they say to her in Channel 2 that she's not going to work there anymore. Right. She was in a series called Maniac.
Right.
And they didn't talk to her because of what she said. So that's why they're afraid to talk.
But
they have so many different expectations from them, so they don't know what to say. First of all, you say condemn. First of all, say condemn what happened.
Yeah, right. But it used to be, and maybe until now, if you go on a bus and 2 people speak Arabic, everybody give me a
Yes,
break.
yes.
But now, let's say, I must admit, like in New York, I ask my partner or my kids, don't talk Hebrew, softly. So we actually now getting it back to us here and all over in Europe, of course. So it's not
And
safe.
the Arabs here are afraid to speak Arabic.
Right.
Our artistic director said, I was on the train and my mother called me and I was afraid to
Yeah,
answer to her
sure.
because I don't want people to
Yeah.
Right.
become. It's a problem, yes.
Yeah, it's so chaotic that,
But that if many, as you said, if most of Israelis will learn Arabic like they learn English,
yeah,
maybe it will be different. So they can see
yeah,
the difference between how people talk.
yeah. I have a line in my film, which, what do you want? How do we know who is who? So you
That's
speak
true.
Arabic, who knows who are you? I mean, so
Yeah.
people are afraid.
I can understand why people are afraid. It's natural,
Yeah.
but we have to see how we deal with it.
Igal, where do you get your budget?
We got the building from the city of Tel Aviv,
Wonderful.
so we don't have to pay rent, so it's very important. And we got the budget from the Ministry of Culture. Although when Miri Regev was the Minister of Culture, she just tried to
Close you.
close the theater. She said, you are representing the Palestinian narrative, and the theater should represent the philosophy of the government. And we were lucky that she wasn't able to close our theater because the rights are in the Minister of Treasure with Kahlon, and he didn't cooperate with her. She went to the head of the police, all of them, and she didn't try, didn't succeed. But we were very afraid on 4 years ago. Even now, Mickey Zohar.
But
He's
now
not an
the
angel. He's not an angel.
now it's becoming harder and
It's the
harder.
same about the movie Lord, and the movie that was the part, and I think the Israeli television was part of it, of the producer,
Production, yeah.
the production. But he said, if you are filming the movie, we are closing the theater. So we are still in danger from the government. We don't know what will happen because every day we hear worse things more and more.
It's really
Uh,
your mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, the city of Tel Aviv, I know that when Miri Regev said the things, the mayor of Tel Aviv, Ron Huldai, said, if you'll cut your budget, I'll give you the budget.
Right.
So I must say,
You're lucky.
yes.
What do you know
But
anything?
but it's hard to survive because all the funds that they used to give us money from the beginning of the war, they said, you are not in our agenda. Now we are dealing with the people in Gaza, out of Gaza, in the kibbutzim. So
And
call
culture
us
is
in a
not
year or two.
priority.
Well,
So yeah,
we have so many problems.
in this
Tell
year,
me-
in this year we didn't get anything from any fund in the world.
By the way, there is another theater, Geffen, in Haifa. Do you know if they are still surviving?
Yes, we are performing next week. We are performing there.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
But she succeed. Miri Regev succeed to close the Midan Theater.
Yeah.
It was the Arab theater, the first Arab theater that Shulamit Aloni
Right.
was built in the 90s, and Miri Regev succeeded to close it. Beta Geffen is basically work for children more than for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Well, this may be. Do you have children shows?
Yes, but not much. For children, there is another theater, Norman Theater, as a theater in the port of Jaffa.
But I'm
in
not sure how
Lincoln.
many people know about it.
But the Norman Theater?
Yeah, I think it's not really.
No, he got a new building there in the port of Jaffa, and they are doing theater for children.
Oh,
That's
really
we are
important.
more. Yes.
You travel in
We are working with the high school children a lot. All of our shows, we work for children from schools from all over the country. They come. That's why we are not only theater for leftists, because students or children, school children are coming from all over the country. Yesterday, we
Do
had
you also go to their places?
90 old women from Tiberia came to see Kultum. 90 in the 2 buses.
Wow.
Yes, it was amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you performing only in Jaffa or you travel in Israel? Like
We travel a lot. Now we are performing with Farid El Atrash. We did also an Arabic version. So we're going next week to Shfaram and Bejan. We
Wow.
perform also in Arabic.
Great.
Yes, we perform all over the country, especially with Kulthum and Farid El Atrash, because
Wow.
they like this show. We did 300 shows of Kulthum already. We've
Kulthum
been
was
to
a very, 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 very big singer in Egypt.
yeah. We went 2 years ago to perform in Morocco. We were the first Israeli theater to perform in the theater of Muhammad V, a beautiful big hall. We performed there. It was wonderful.
What are
With
you working
subtitles
on
in
now?
French.
What are you working
Huh?
on now? What are you preparing now?
We are start to rehearse. We are building a show about the three divas, Jewish singers in the Arab world. That used to be Laila Murad in Egypt, Salima Murad in Iraq, and Zohar El-Fassia in Morocco. So we are
Wow.
writing a script about these three Jewish diva that were friends of the kings in all these countries. And
Wow.
yes.
Did you, well, I don't know even if it's valid, the question, or it's interesting to do a show. I thought about, songs of major Israeli women, like Naomi Shemer, like
Naomi
Rachel.
Shemer Abima is doing the theater about her.
Oh, they do it?
Or they did. The Sandra did it. Sandra and Gila. They don't do this.
I forgot.
They
Well, I
should
just
do
wonder, if I just wonder. I don't know why not, but I think it's
because they have enough stages to perform with.
They have a show about
but
Jaffa
it's different
Yarkoni,
if
and
it's
they did a musical about Sonia Perez. It's unbelievable.
yeah, but if you do it, it has a different weight.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's not for that. That's not why the theater exists.
Why
That's
not?
Because we are talking about
Arab and Jewish,
right? And it
So,
has nothing
for the
to do with
Jewish.
Naomi Shemer.
Jewish composers, Jewish writers, Jewish singers,
And
and Arab writers,
audience?
Arab audience. It will be interesting. Maybe
I'm
you will
not
have
sure.
audience.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know that this is the
it's interesting thought.
Yeah, I know. Don't ever. What if you're wrong?
maybe, but
So it's worth thinking about it. It will have a weight.
I will.
Even PR weight. Weight in
Yes.
Mishkal.
yeah.
Yeah. Listen, what can I tell you?
God bless you
It's
and
wonderful.
all your work. We know the theater for many years, and we hope it will work for many more, and will influence more. We need it. We need it. Thank you, Igal.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
And
see
we'll
you
spread the
soon.
news.
See you soon.